Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunny Thursday. Wow, what a beautiful day today. Hope you have a wonderful time. Matthew chapter 19, Jesus says to the disciples, and we have to start from 10 today. The disciples said to him, if the relationship of a man with his wife is like this, it is better not to marry. But he said to him, that's Jesus said, and written in red, not all men can accept this statement, but only those to whom it has been given. So Jesus' response was, not all men can accept this statement. So the disciples have already concluded in their own minds that if Jesus is saying that the man can't get rid of the woman just because she burnt the toast, or he can't get rid of her just because he's got fed up with her, then the disciples, these are the guys following Jesus, are saying, well, then it's better not to marry after all. You know, who wants to be tied down like that? Who wants to be dedicated and committed? And you need to remember that they had grown up in a culture where it was acceptable just to get rid of the wife and take up another one. It wasn't God's plan, and Jesus came to reintroduce to mankind God's plan. Now, I know that Israel had lost its way and gone astray. I know Israel had incorporated into the law a whole host of subsidiary laws and precepts that represented man's ideas of how God instructed them. But the reality is, Jesus takes us back to the beginning, because the beginning is where God put forward his intention. And until we get an understanding that God wants us to go back to his intention, we'll never understand what it means to be a Christian and to walk with Jesus on a daily basis. We will always be in conflict with him and ourselves, because we won't want to do what he wants us to do. We will want to do what we want to do. It's like Romans 7 and like Romans 8. You know, Paul wrestles with himself. This tension of, I don't do the things I do, instead I do what I do, I'm doing because I'm driven. It's not me that's doing it, but sin that dwells. Wretched man I am, he says. And there's this sense of conclusion about his identity as he realizes that he's in this. And when the disciples are doing that today, they're saying to Jesus, oh, hang about. It's better that we don't get involved with a woman, better to stay aloof from her. And then Jesus' response is, well, actually, there is a truth in that. There's a sense in which there are some people that actually have taken on board that reality to their lives, and they've decided they won't actually get involved with marriage. They'll stand aside and they'll begin to, as it were, subscribe to staying righteous as a preference over being drawn into a relationship where they have the potential to break the heart of God by getting into that whole arena of going through life marrying and divorcing. This sense of bringing destruction to people's lives. I know today that we don't even bother. We just meet another one, get together, we meet another one, we meet another one, we get rid of it, we meet another one. Or sometimes we have two or three going on around. And you know, this is not God's way. You know, relationship is built upon trust, faithfulness, compassion, understanding, loyalty, love, truth. You can't live like hell and then expect to have a relationship with God, who is pure and holy and right, and everything he does is the proper thing. If we want to follow Jesus, we need to get away from doing what we want to do and start doing what God wants us to do. And until we get there, we ain't really got what it means to be a Christian. We haven't learned to come under the sacrificial revelation of what it means to die to self and live for God. We're approaching Easter. This may be your chance this year to come before the cross and bow the knee properly and say to God, I want to follow you because your ways are better than mine. Have a blessed day. Stay close to Jesus.